All right, you are now live.
All right, hello everyone, and welcome to the end of the horror thriller monster marathon here. I am Tasselfoot, you guys can call me Tass, and this is Untitled Goose Game. So let's have a honking good time here. So timing was going to start on the honk, which I'm going to do in 3, 2, 1, go. This is all main tasks. And so the goal of this category is pretty self-explanatory. We're going to do all of the main tasks. If you're playing this game casually, you can get away with missing one task in each area. So if you've seen an any percent glitchless run, then you'll know that that's what that category is going to do. It's going to skip the task gathering, doing the picnic, doing the washing, gathering shopping, and setting the table. But we're going to do all of those tasks in this category. None of the hidden ones, though. This Gardener Willie, he is the bane of our existence, very much RNG. And so some of the tasks that we need to do in this area are get into the garden, get Gardener Willie wet, do this picnic basket over here. We also need to steal Willie's keys. So we're going to do that, a couple of these all at once. All of these items are needed for this picnic basket, the radio, the apple, the sandwich pieces, and the basket there. So, that's not what he's supposed to do. That's fine. All right, we held them just long enough. You need to hold it for 3 seconds in order for it to count there. There's a couple other tasks in the game that also require 3 seconds to hold the item for it to trigger the task. That was just barely it. Let's hope these sandwiches stay on top of the basket. Looks like they're going to cooperate this time, thankfully. A little bit slow. The more items that you have on the top of another item that you're pulling, the slower it's going to go. But it is still faster than having to go back and forth to do them all. So we do need 3 more items, or actually 4 more items, 3 now and 1 that we're going to get later for the picnic. And so this section is very RNG dependent based upon where Gardener Willie decides to go. And the goal is that he is not going to see us grab any of these items. The goal is also that he is going to see that all of these items have been taken. So this is tough to do and doesn't usually happen, but it loses about 5 seconds for each item that he doesn't see. Because he is going to see them eventually later on, but it's free for us now if he sees them now versus later. Especially the pumpkin. The pumpkin is the worst. I don't know who really takes a pumpkin to a picnic, but that's what happens in this game. So this is actually really bad. He sees that the jam's missing, but I need that thermos there. So we're just going to wait. It's some bad RNG. All right, come on, Willie. Out of the way. Thank you, buddy. There you go. And now he sees the pumpkin's missing. So that's not the worst thing that could happen there. He can see you and then will aggro and chase you around. And the worst case, he could chase you all the way out here and then start taking all of these items back. And that's really, really bad. So now we've got everything that we need except for the carrot. We're going to do the carrot last. So now we're going to take his hat. And to do that, he goes and replants his favorite tulip. And we also have to do Rake in the Lake. I'm sure you guys all know about Rake in the Lake. In a second or two, he's going to realize that he needs to switch hats. He's also going to realize that the rake is missing. And so he's gonna take a couple of seconds to wonder where the rake went. We can't actually see that, but it's happening. And we're going to use that time so that hopefully he puts on his sun hat at the same time. All right, so that's not bad. So he puts the sun hat on and we do the picnic. They're only about a second apart from each other. And that's what we want because that way he's right near his final objective, which triggers, as I mentioned, when you have all tasks -1. So then we put the rake in the lake after because we have to do all tasks for this category, all main tasks. And we gotta get up here real quick so that we beat the timer and can do that hammering without having to wait. So those are all timed out to optimal situations, or hopefully optimal. And we're on to High Street with everybody's favorite boy, the Wimp. So we're gonna hit his shoelaces here. So after we chop him in here, shopkeeper is... maybe she'll cooperate. It's not my favorite RNG position of the shopkeeper, but it's not too bad there. And we take these glasses because we're gonna have to switch out the boy's glasses. That's why we undid his shoelaces, so that he'll bend down to retie them. I did do both of them just as kind of marathon safety. Usually I'll only do one. There you go. He ties his shoe, and then we take his glasses. That way he doesn't have to bend down and tie them again afterwards. So now we're gonna honk him out of here, and he's gonna buy back his toy that we placed in the shop. Stop. You're supposed to be scared of us still. Rawr. There we go. Oh god, the woman still has it in her hand. Well, that's not good. Please place that down. Thank you. Okay. All right, that was okay, and so the broom is actually in the way here, so that's why they all pathed really weirdly right there. That is not what we want to see, but it does happen pretty regularly. All right, and she'll aggro over and deal with the boy as soon as he gets into position, and then she won't deal with us at all. So this run is pretty heavily RNG based, especially as you get towards optimal and optimized, as you would expect. Positioning of items like that broom winds up having a really big impact on the overall run, or this section of the run. That's not very nice there, little boy, to push me around like that. So we gotta get all these items. We don't actually have to get them in the basket. They just need to be like right next to the basket. Where are you going, shopkeeper lady? So she's supposed to be doing her final task now, and we're just gonna help that along a little bit. But we have to get a whole bunch of items for the shopping. We got them, a lot of them, while she was distracted tending to the boy, but we need this toothbrush, which never likes to cooperate. I brought this carrot over here because this is what we're gonna use to trap her in the garage. Please work. Okay, there we go. I wasn't sure that if she was far enough into the garage there or if she would stay. Darn, those are the 7-minute bells for speedrun clocks. I really try to have High Street done before those bells go off, but you know, our RNG happens and it's not really in my control. So that's High Street. We're now finished with High Street. We're basically halfway through the game. We're going to take these glasses because we're going to use them in the next area. In the next area, one of the tasks is putting 3 items onto a bust or a statue, and those are one for the head, one for the eyes, and one for the mouth. And it just winds up being a few seconds faster to grab the glasses and take them from High Street and have our buddy Roger here go and throw them over for us. The neighbors have been named Roger and Tina. They don't really know why. They just seem fitting names to me, and a lot of the community has adopted them, and those are now their names. So while Roger is distracted throwing those glasses over, we steal his newspaper. Because there's 2 items that revolve around Roger and things that he does. I just clipped that through the wall, by the way, if you guys didn't notice. No, Roger, what are you doing to me, buddy? You're not supposed to take that. Where are you going, dude? So he is in my way right now, so we're just gonna wait. All right, come on, dude. Please, thank you. All right, so we want to use that table to keep him from coming down here if we can. All right, so we did. Didn't go quite as intended, but not too terrible. So we're gonna help out. If you put all of the items on this pedestal here at once, Tina gets kind of upset and she just throws them on the ground. So it's a little bit better to just put them one at a time for her. So some other stuff we need to do is, mentioning with Roger, we have to get both of his shoes off. We also have to gong the bell while he is drinking his tea. And the tea cycle is significantly shorter than the newspaper cycle, so we want to get rid of the newspaper so that he won't actually be on his newspaper cycle ever. He just gets upset, like you can see up top there, that he doesn't have his newspaper, and then he'll transition into his T-cycle. I'm going to try to really quickly get this open, and then, yep, so we still make the T-cycle. So the last thing we have to do besides getting his other shoe is we have to do the washing, which is the collection task for this area, which is really, really frustrating if Roger notices. He will come down and grab every single item and throw them back over the fence, and it'll lose like 2 minutes probably. So we try to time everything out with taking the soap at the gong so that he will not come down and won't see it. Also, so that Tina on the other side will be distracted with the drawer up at the top, and so she won't come down and notice that we've taken all of her stuff either. So this is going pretty well actually. After that initial issue with the cigar, but the clip went well of the hat through the fence, so that's pretty good. And now Tina's coming back down. So I forgot to hit this statue here. This is part of the final task but I didn't actually lose any time because we had to wait there anyway. However, I don't think the cycles are going to quite line up between Roger and Tina. I suspect I'm going to have to do a little bit of extra work. Yeah, because Tina's already doing the cutting, and so that's too early. So we need to have her do this again. Best case scenario, everything can line up, and you're basically just pulling this rose over, like right as she's about to clip, and it lines up, but it's not too big of a time loss here. And so we do have one more thing still to do. We do things a little bit out of order in this section. The first two areas we did in order. We did the final task last, but this one we do enough tasks to trigger the final task, do the final task, and then we're going to break this vase here after we're already done with the back garden area. We just have to wait for Tina to turn her back. Otherwise, she's going to aggro on us when we pick up the vase, like that. And then we just drop it here in the house. And whoever lives next door to these two wonderful neighbors, they will break the vase for us, like that. So we're moving very quickly here onto the pub, which is going to be our final area. And this run is actually going really well overall, and all things considered. So knock on wood there. Except for that. Now, of course, so this is the burly man and the assistant, the androgynous delivery person. So we're going to perform really quickly. I don't think we're going to, yeah, we missed the dart cycle there because we were a little slow getting in, but that lines up okay with doing the, making the old man fall on his bum instead. All right, so we want this lady to follow us. If she's not in the pub, it makes the rest of this section so much easier because of all the items that we have to grab to set the table. We have to mess with the old man cycles, play a lot into this area as well. Come on, let me up. Thank you. So we got him the harder of the two, which is having him fall on his butt. The easier one is breaking his dartboard, and that's the faster of the two. So I'm not too worried about that one. We just want to be able to set the table, and we also have to get the toy boat. The toy boat, like the gardener's keys, is on a 3-second timer, so you have to hold it in your mouth for 3 seconds. You'll notice that there haven't been too many glitches at this point, just clipping the hat from the neighbor's sides. Depending if things work out here, we'll do another little clip here, and then we have a few more in the end that we'll do as well, but no, I don't think it's gonna work out. Actually, I'll try it once, see if I can. There we go. So we just clip through that fence right there. Although this is not good that she's following us down here, because she's gonna start grabbing these items back, and that is not what we want. And she's completely in our way. Okay, she's actually not going to grab anything, so that's convenient. So while this is going on, oh, now she's going to start grabbing stuff. Okay. All right, so old man is playing his thing, so that's good. I actually would have liked to have kept the pub lady right there if I could, because then she would trigger for this right now for her final task. All right, old man's going for darts right now, so that's pretty good. We're gonna do darts. Come on, pub lady. Pub lady, please do your task. This is not good. Pub lady is not cooperating, which happens because she was aggroing on all of those items and she's still aggroing. We just have to wait for her to finish aggroing on all of these different items and wonder what happened to them before she's gonna go and do her final task. Like there we go. Now she's going. So that's like a 20-second time loss right there that there really was nothing I could do anything about. And that's really just what happens in this game in a whole bunch of different places. So this is going to be the final task here. We just have to have Burly Man fall into the tomatoes. So he gets all confused. He's going to go to put the tomato away. And we're going to make him fall on his butt by dropping the bucket on his head. And then the only thing we have to do now, since as soon as this triggers here, is we have 3 final tasks in dealing with the final section of the game. I am a horrible goose. Just need to wait. We need this pathway so we can get into the model village. There we go. That was a clean entrance there. Honk honk. So now we're gonna see the glitches that we do in this run for the most part. We're gonna just hop over here, skip the model village. We're gonna skip most of the bell too. Just gonna climb up the side here. No big deal. We're a professional. Just grab the bell. We're gonna pop back over to the side here. And you guys may have played this casually already, and you know how frustrating the bell return can actually be, having to take it through all of the different areas and backtrack. So we're just not going to do that. We're just going to clip through this gate. And time's going to be coming up in about, 20 seconds from now, when we drop the bell and the bell hits the ground into our pile of bells. So all things considered, this has been a really good run. A lot of RNG issues that happen, but that's like perfectly normal. So time is coming up in like 3, 2, 1, time. And that's Untitled Goose Game by House. All main tasks. You know, if you're interested, this game has been out for about a month now. Shattermage, I actually lowered the world record earlier today. World record's currently 17:13. So, but yeah, anything sub 18 is really, really good. This was overall a really clean run. We've got a bunch of different categories for Goose Game, ranging from a 2-minute any percent to a 35-minute long 100%. We have a super active community. There's tons of people, resources. Highly recommend that if you guys want to join the Goose community, please do. The Discord is linked from the speedrun.com page. Shout outs to all the people from the Goose community in chat right now and everyone in general. Love you guys. Been super fun learning this game with you all. A honking good time, as it were. And yeah, and thank you to NASA for letting us show off the terror, the horror, the thriller, the monster that is the Goose.
Yeah, thank you so much.
And yeah, you can find me on twitch.tv/Tasselfoot if you're interested in more Goose Game runs. I run every category except for any percent, and I stream almost every day. That's all I got. I don't really have. I got one trick that I might want to show off.
Sure, go for it.
I'll show off a trick. I'll show off. I need to do easier from a clean save file. Trick affectionately known. Well, I'll show two tricks actually. We'll do a boot gate skip, and then we'll do a waddle butt and a plate clip. This should take like 2 minutes. Shouldn't take long. Show you some more glitches. This game has a bunch of different glitches. You can pretty much clip through anything with most objects. Walls are optional. We'll see if we can get it. Sometimes this gate is a little finicky. So a lot of times it works first try. A lot of times it's like 10th try. So, but or you can just clip through the wall apparently. There we go. So that's a gate clip with the boot. Some categories do that. I didn't show you guys a hover anywhere in this run, but except for grabbing the bell. So I'll show you guys a hover right now. We're gonna do a boot hover to get into pub right from the beginning of the game. There is a faster way to do this, but I'm just not good at it because I don't run any percent. Popped out there. So this is a slower way to get right into the pub, but we can just hover right up. Nope, still not working. Just basically mash grab. Why is this not working? This does not want to work. I'm not getting enough height, I don't think. There we go. There's enough height. And we just clip through the fence there. So that's a good one. And I'll show off one more. And this is all part of some semblance of the any percent routing. This is a plate clip. That's super fun. And there's a plate clip. You have to do that because there's an invisible barrier right here. There's a lot of invisible barriers throughout the game that only disappear when you complete certain areas. So this invisible barrier is here until you complete the pub. So in order to get past the pub without beating the pub, you have to do that plate clip. It's for the same reason that like in the any percent routing, you have to go back that way, because if you try to come over here and just leave, there's a barrier all the way out here. So this barrier extends super far out. Apparently chat wants to see one more. Do I have time to try to do one more clip?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So this is a clip that's done in the all hidden tasks category. It's a flower clip back into the pub because we don't beat pub in that category. So in order to get back into pub, we have to clip because this invisible wall is here. So this one is really hard. This is so that was almost it right there. We basically clip into the wall. There we go. Oh nope, pushed us out. So there's two parts to it. Part one is to clip into the wall with the flower, and then part two is to kind of wiggle and waddle your way back into the pub. It's there's a similar trick with the bell that they do in the any percent, but it's significantly easier because of the size of the hitbox of the bell versus the flower. Sometimes this works first try, and why is this not working? Why does it keep pushing me out? It's not very nice. And sometimes this takes like 2 minutes of just throwing yourself at the wall. Always fun trick to do right at the end of a long category, or a 30-minute long category. Ah, there we go. All right, turn. We're stuck here in the invisible barrier and the collision, and we just kind of need to push ourselves forward a little bit. Sometimes it goes easier than others. Sometimes it actually just pushes you back out of the wall as well. So let's hope this pops us out correctly. We're fighting the wall right now. Don't have, oh, that was almost it. Nope, don't come back out. Don't come back out. Pop. There we go. And there we get back on the other side. So those are just some of the glitches that we found in the first month of Goose Game. That's all I got at this point.
All right. Well, thanks for your run, dude. Appreciate it.
Yeah, appreciate you having me and letting me hang out for a few more minutes showing some glitches.